So you mentioned a couple things there. The economy, so the debt service that we have now outrates, by most estimations, our spending on defense.
Yep.
Entitlements are also ahead of that as well. Those are really tough things to tackle, but when it comes to debt, when it comes to entitlements, what can we do? What is the administration willing to do on that front?
Well, I would just bring us back to the success earlier this year, and I remember coming on your show to talk about it, but the One Big Beautiful Bill did many things, including the tax cuts, but it had historic levels of mandatory savings. It had $1.5 trillion of mandatory reforms to the various programs that you were just referring to. And it netted out $500 billion in deficit reduction, which was up there with historic levels. It had welfare reform in it. So again, my view has been, it's not that someone couldn't come up with a plan on how to balance the budget and do all of these things. I mean, you could do that in a long weekend, right? The issue is that we didn't have success. So every fiscal hawk that's been around for 20 or 30 years has had literally no success. This administration has come in and said we've had the largest reconciliation package, the largest numbers of savings, the first rescissions bill since the 1990s. So for the first time, you've had fiscal successes that you can build a longer-term strategy about. They're not just theses. There's enough data there to make them foundational strategies to turn the corner and to make it so it's not just a bunch of spreadsheet warriors putting ideas on a piece of paper, but that you actually have Congress passing and turning the corner and success. And now you go to the American people and just say, look, it's going to take a while. $38 trillion is not going to be done overnight, but we're going to get a ton from the foundational economic successes. We now have $4 trillion in tariffs over 10 years that are a part of our fiscal picture. So these are all part of things that we would not have been able to argue as much in the first term because we were proposing things, but we didn't have that success on the Hill.
What's the plan if the Supreme Court takes away a big chunk of those tariffs?
Well, we have. It would be a harmful decision, but the team is certainly looking through options. I'm not going to preview them here, but between Jameson and Howard and the president's own ingenuity, we're always going to be looking for things that the law allows us to do.